Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner, okay? And this is another edition of Car Conversations on Jay Lee's Corner, okay? I hope everybody's having a great Thursday. It is technically my Friday because I am off work tomorrow. And I wanted to do a car conversation for everybody. You know, I was watching my video when I was talking about nothing and everything and some things or whatever. And so I was rereading through the comments and I was like, what can I kind of talk about on my way home? So one of my Jaybirds suggested like talking about, you know, trying to stay faithful to a man who's locked up. And I seen somebody else asking about dating and relationship stuff or whatever. So I kind of want to say this is sent on us or whatever. So, but first of all, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a whole Jaybird, dot 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 dot. Okay, and all that good shit. So for most of y'all who probably have been following me for a while and has seen some of my older story times, I've talked about, you know, when I was engaged to a dude, and I talked about, you know, him being locked up or whatever, and I talked about me cheating on him when he was gone for 2 years. Well, when he was gone for 2 years, I messed around or whatever. You know, this is back when I was 21, 22, you know, early 20s. Long time ago. I'm 37 now. So I think, you know, it's a catch-22. And the reason I say that is because it do depends on where your relationship is when the person is locked up. I don't feel like a person being locked up, if your relationship was already in the crapper, like if it was already shitty, this isn't the time for, you know, you to like, you know what, let's strengthen our relationship and let me be there for you. I feel like if it was shitty before he left, and depending on what he did to get locked up and how long he's gone, my question is always, is it worth it to, you know, hold on to it? If we were dating and, you know, you wasn't shit and went away, I don't think I can necessarily say I'm gonna be faithful. And that's just me being honest. I think I would really be like, you know, we may need to separate, okay? And again, it depends on what the person did to be locked up. If it's something like defending himself or some trumped up charge and he goes away, you know, absolutely, you know, stay faithful and be there for him. But if it's something dumb, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're dating a drug dealer, if he go to jail, I'm not staying faithful to you, bro, because you were doing something stupid to even go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that also plays a part into it. And I think because I can answer the question based on a person being younger and a person being my age, it's just two different things. Like, I would not currently date anyone who would go to jail for something dumb. Anybody I'm currently talking to will go to jail for like defending someone, you know, defending himself, myself, or whatever else. Or, you know, it would have to be like some mistaken identity or something that's not, that he didn't do to like get locked up. Because we know that black men get locked up for no reason all the time. So that will be my situation. And as long as our relationship is strong, I will be faithful. But y'all know my dude went to jail, the bad guy. Back then he went to jail. He was arrested for murder. He did not do it. Okay, so he was found out guilty of that. However, he still had a gun on him, so he got a gun charge. Even though the gun wasn't really his. Let's just say that or whatever. Anyway, but he was gone for 2 years. But before he was gone, we were already beefing or whatever. Because he was an asshole back then. And I was young and dumb and in love. So I stayed faithful for a while. Like that first year I did. But we started even beefing and he was gone. And I did, you know, I was young and I, you know, was messing with somebody else. And it was a guy who I was talking to while he was still out too. So it wasn't some new dude. It was the same, you know, circle of bullshit that I was involved in back then. But I wouldn't do the same thing now. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I think it was so hard back in the day. Because back in the day, it wasn't really about dating. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't like trying to find a husband back then. So even, you know, whoever I was with, oh yeah, me and the bad guy gonna be together forever. even me and the guy was messing around with, you know what I'm saying? I was sleep. I call him sleep. Even me and him was together for a while after me and the bad guy broke up. So, but still, I can. Oh, this goddamn traffic. I can say that back then I wasn't really looking to have I wasn't thinking about marriage, and that's the crazy part. So now that I'm calm, not so rowdy, I'm not so, you know what I'm saying, attitude feel on a daily basis, but it's also because I'm not dealing with knuckleheads anymore. So I think a part of it also, being faithful, like when you locked up, is he worth it? Is he worth your sanity? Is it true love? You have to think about all those things. We watch the show Love at the Lockup, and we talk about the girls or the guys who are meeting these strangers who are locked up, and marrying them. And I'm like, and then they be faithful and shit. Like, and I'm like, that is kind of crazy. You meet a whole stranger who already locked up, and you just start being faithful. So I think it depends on the person's intent and where their relationship is going. I told y'all, I have a friend, I have a couple childhood friends who are locked up, but I only communicate with one, and it's mainly because his family and my family, we're close. Like, we have, family in common is what I'll say. So me and this person recently, like within the past, I think it was like right after my dad passed away, his sister gave him my number, and I don't know the fuck why. Truth be told, even though we are cool or whatever, I was like, what you give my number for? Like, I don't know. And I used to date him way back in the day, like when I was a teenager or whatever. So again, me and him have communicated or whatever. So I think I was talking to him like a month or two ago or whatever, and he brought up the TV show Love at the Lockup, and I was like, well, yeah, it's a crazy show or whatever. He like, yeah, because like, if me and you were to talk when I got home, that wouldn't be crazy. I said, well, it wouldn't be, because I've known you since I was like in the fucking 5th grade. So, and I've known you, we've already slept together, whatever. It ain't no big issue. But people who actually meet someone who is in prison, they a whole stranger, and they have this devotion to that person, and they want to make it work, it is awkward. So I guess it works for some, it doesn't work for all. It wouldn't work for me. You know what I'm saying? I would not want to meet a stranger that's in prison and date them. I just would not. It's hard enough meeting regular people in the world and dating them, and you hope they're not crazy, and they may not do some crazy shit to get them arrested or get you arrested. So, even the dudes who I talk to now, and I say dudes because I'm a single woman, but I have male friends, and we talk. Okay, I'm not serious about anybody because I'm just filling out the board or whatever, but it's hard enough trying to have a successful relationship with a real human being in the world. So I can't imagine trying to have a relationship with a person who locked up and just trying to keep that same energy, that same connection. So I always say you have to live life for today. And some people are 100% worth the weight of them, going away and you being faithful or whatever. And the easiest way to be faithful when someone is locked up is you just don't entertain anybody else. Don't entertain no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You can go out and have fun, but don't be looking for shit. Okay? Don't look for other people to be with you. And, when the bad guy was locked up, the reason I ended up cheating was because the guy who I cheated on him with was the same person that when me and him would get beefed out, it was the same guy I would deal with. So now when he gone and me and the bad guy get beefed out, you know what I'm saying, my dude that I mess around with is still here. So for me it was different. And I was young and I was like, girl, who cares? I don't really care. And I didn't even know if the bad guy know I was cheating when he was home, because he came home, we were together, we broke up later, but it wasn't us. But hell, me and the other dude broke up. Me and Sleep broke up later too, because he's a Nazi. Sleep, I haven't talked about him too much, because I just don't. Do I love him? I mean, I cared for him a lot. We dated for from the time I was 25 until I was 20, damn near 30. Honestly, damn near 30. And it was a lot of shit me and him went through. And even though he never went to jail, he still was on probation, so he had all these rules and regulations or whatever. But again, I had known him since I was in my early 20s. So It's like, you just have to pick somebody worth it. I guess that's my whole point. It's no rhyme or reason to it. It's not a thing to like, oh, well, you have to be faithful, because if you're not faithful, you ain't shit. No, everything depends on your personal situation, and you should not stay faithful to a person who isn't worth the wait. That's the thing. You should stay faithful to a person who's worth the wait. And at the end of the day, the bad guy wasn't worth the wait. It was still a lesson. It was a whole life lesson. My whole situation with him was a complete life lesson, and I'm happy I went through that. But I wouldn't suggest anybody else to put up with bullshit just to come out better on the other side. I think sometimes you recognize this bullshit, just move on. Don't sit through it and try to I want to be a down ass bitch. I want to, hold my man down because, we've been together for a couple years. Yeah, but them couple years been full of bullshit. Okay, a lot of arguing, fussing and fighting, abuse, all the stuff that we went through, whatnot. It's like, girl, it wasn't even worth it. I learned a lot, yes, but it's not worth it. So stay faithful to those who deserve it. And, while that person's gone, evaluate the relationship to figure out, okay, now if he got a month or two, don't cheat. Okay, if he has anything like a year or less, don't cheat for that. Now if it's over a year, it was like 2 or 3 years or whatever. Think about it. Is it worth the wait? Is the relationship worth it? Are y'all in a good, is he your forever? Is he your forever? Is the relationship good? Is it good or bad? That's what I would think about. You know what I'm saying? Because dating now, man, these men, it's not like all the dates I've been on are crazy or even scandalous or whatever. But guys don't know how to have conversation. They can't hold a conversation, and the stuff they talk about is real real surface level bullshit. And I'm like, damn, can we have I love stimulating conversation. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that's the reason why I could have cheated, because somebody stimulated my mind, So that's the hard part for me dating now. It's not that I'm not meeting the right person, or I don't have enough people or whatever. It's the people I'm meeting just don't hold my interest, because I really feel like people don't hold conversations anymore, through social media, through, texting or whatever. It's like, I feel like some people have really forgotten how to hold a conversation. And that is the key to most relationships, is communication. So if we talking and all you can talk about is like one thing, or if your conversation is just so, basic, okay, and you can't broaden your horizon or whatever, or you don't have any idea about anything else except maybe just hood shit or this boozy shit, you can't. I love a person who can talk about anything and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, no limit to the conversation. Even if he don't know what I'm talking about, he can still have a conversation, asking me what it is, and then have regular ass questions. So that's the hard part now about dating. So the one reason somebody may hold on to they dude who is getting locked up, but they don't want to date no damn more, okay? Because it's not easy. It's not. Because you have to find somebody who is, because everybody has their flaws. Everyone has their flaws. So you have to find somebody whose flaws you can accept, who's an asshole, because most people are assholes, okay? One way or the other. But they have to be an acceptable asshole for you, okay? And then, are they attractive? Do they have goals? And the people I just been meeting recently, it's just the conversation it's just whack as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I can't even talk to you on the phone because we just holding the phone. It's like, it irks my nerves. So bitch, you gonna just keep, what the fuck? You can't see me driving, motherfucker? Girl. Lord. Anyway, so, but yeah, the conversations that we have or whatever, it's like they waiting to send me a text. Because they can easily, I literally met guys or whatever, went on a date with guys, and when they text me, and it's that shorthand shit, or that WYD, I hate that. Talk to me in complete sentences. I don't want you to shorthand me. Because when I text, I don't text in shorthand. I text in as if it's a conversation. I use the proper words, the proper spelling. So that's something else is a pet peeve for me. I hate anybody who, I'm not talking about grammatical errors. I mean just complete utter bullshit. You texting me like you 12. You know what I'm saying? You texting me like you one of my little cousins, and I'm like, you 40. Talk like a 40-year-old. Spell the word out. Okay? Don't send the word you and use the letter U. I hate that. Okay? Irks all my nerves. So sometimes I hate when they spell the whole. It's crazy. So, and I'm not trying to be like petty and like be a stickler for whatever, but it's little stuff. And this is the thing. I'll give the person a chance to fix it. I'll say, like, one dude in particular went out, cool guy, whatever. But I was like, I don't know. I'll see where it goes. We'll keep chatting or whatever. And we went out twice. And after the second date, we were texting a little bit more. And he would just text in shorthand. And sometimes he would text words like that didn't make sense to me. Okay? And I'm like, that's not how the word supposed to be spelled, but I ain't gonna say nothing. So like the third time we like hung out or whatever, like jokingly, I was like, yeah, you be texting sometimes, and I don't be know what you be saying. You know what I'm saying? He like, oh, I be just texting, I just send stuff real quick. I figure people can figure it out. And I'm like, no, I like when a person like sends me full words. You know what I'm saying? I like that, because to me it's the same as a conversation. And I'm like, you want to talk to me in short. He's like, well, no, I wouldn't do that. I said, right. So for me, I like that. Like it's a turn on for me, is what I said. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna drop these little hints, let you know, please don't text me that way. You know what I'm saying? Because I said it in the nicest way, like not to even offend him, but like, hey, heads up, I don't like this when you text like that. Just don't do that. Can you do that for me? And he still texts the wrong way. And so we went out one more time, and he like, I was there, and he texted me because he was running a little bit late. Cool. And when he got there, he was like, you get my text? I said, yeah. I said, I can read this. Some of them, ha, I still can. He like, yeah, I know you mentioned, how that's like kind of aggravates you or whatever. But I just like to do that. Not aggravate me, but that's just how he prefers to text people. Okay, and we ain't went out since then. So that's what I mean by, people just, girl, if you got a good one and he texts you the right way, if you going to jail, just stay with him, okay? Because there's gonna be some bullshit later. All right, y'all, I'm at home. So that was my quick little car conversation about nothing about something all at the same time. So again, if y'all have suggestions about nothing or something to talk about, if y'all want advice about stuff, if y'all want other conversational stuff, put it in the comment section. So I'll look at some other comments from people before, and I'll probably do another little, car conversation about nothing and something, and see what comes out of my mouth. So the gist of what I said, you can stay faithful to a person going to jail if you know the relationship is worth it. Okay? Do that. Now, if someone going away for 5 to 10 years, leave them. Okay? Leave him. Unless he your husband and he defended your honor, leave him, okay? But if he your boyfriend who robbed a bank, or he your boyfriend who sold some drugs, he your boyfriend who knew he shouldn't have had a gun to get caught with a gun, any of that shit, leave him, okay? Because 5 to 10 years waiting for a person who was not smart enough to not do something that dumb to get arrested isn't worth it, okay? All the young dummies should be already in prison, about to get out of prison, and they should be smarter, okay? Just gonna say that. Anyway, I'm done. Peace.